Hey, welcome back everyone to Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney Trilogy. I tried to mix my words with the music, but it's failing so bad. It has failed so bad. No bot. An hour did not pass. What are you talking about? That bot is lying, everybody. But what's up, everybody? Welcome back to Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney Trilogy. I hope you're enjoying all the new stuff you see here, especially with the new starting soon screen and this world I'm in right now. So I hope you do love the new sloth buddy I got. I got two sloth buddies right now. Right here we got Pickle, and up there we got Select Off. So let's get started, everybody. We're doing it new this time. We finished the first game. We finished the second game. Now, it's time for Trials and Tribulations. First, stretch. Okay, we stretched. That's all we did. One quick stretch. Oh, wait. It's Mia. Wait, Phoenix and... Wait, what is this all about? We gotta find out what happens here. Alright, let's do it. How did I get into this mess? Oh, already starting off with a cold kill. Why? Why did I do that? Oh, goodness. Wait, is that Phoenix? That's Phoenix! That girl, you shouldn't see her anymore. Hey, it's none of your business. I'm telling you for your sake, if you continue to see her, it's going to be bad news. You're lying! Just listen to me. There's something you need to know about that girl. Stop it! Don't talk about her like that! No. You're telling me... No! It wasn't me! I didn't! I didn't do it! You mean we gotta defend Phoenix, right? Wait, we're me... We're freaking Mia Fey! That's awesome! Oh my goodness! We're playing as Mia! Oh, this is great! 5 years ago! This is amazing here! Phoenix Wright, age 21, a third-year art student at Ivy University. Doug Swallow, and Dahlia Hawthorne. Phoenix had a... Phoenix? Your dog. Your dog, you. Hey, Axel, welcome to the stream. Also, everybody, welcome. I hope you're all having a wonderful time. I'm excited. I'm playing as Mia right now. Welcome to Mia Fey Ace Attorney. Hey, Arthur. Ooh, it's finally time. I'm kinda nervous. Oh, Mr. Grossberg. Good morning. Ah, Mia, please calm yourself down. You're going to get yourself arrested for suspicious behavior, you know. What are you talking about? I am relaxed, Mr. Grossberg. Look at me. I'm relaxed. Let go of my lapels. You obviously haven't got the temperament to be a lawyer. His name is Capcom? Wait, who's Capcom? I'm so sorry. It's just that I'm so nervous today. Oh, that's right. This is your first time in the big leagues, isn't it? Well, never you fear, my dear. I am Marvin Grossberg at your service. Actually, this is my second time in court. Still, you surprised me. What with your earnest request last night? Let me handle this case, you suddenly said, and quite forcefully too. I just found out yesterday. About the case, I mean. What, and you've already learned all the relevant facts? Well, about that, you see... I mean, of course I have. I think. Oh, dear. Capcom announces Mega Man Zero Collection, so now he's your new best friend? Oh, Capcom. Oh yeah, they're releasing Mega Man Zero Collection on January. And it's coming out on Switch. Battle Network next. Battle Network next. Battle Network next. In any case, Don't let our client see you're so nervous. You see the poor young man in the pink sweater over there? That's our client. It's young Phoenix, my goodness. You see that giant P on his chest? He's like, I'm Phoenix and I love myself that much. You see how wholesome that sweater is right there? The most wholesome sweater right there. Wait, I can wear that. My name is Pixel. Where can I get that sweater? If I got a sweater like that, I would absolutely wear that every day. Good morning to everybody. Good morning. Try to keep smiling, Mia. He's wearing one of those sick masks. I just want to say, I'll give it all I've got. Yep, we'll be fine, no prob. Oh, he's sick. Then Phoenix says, ooh. No, Phoenix does not say ooh woo. He says ooh woo. He looks so adorable at 21. He's very cute. Oh, what's wrong? Do you have a cold or something, Mr. Wright? Actually, it's Wright. Like the Flying Brothers. People screw it up all the time. And yes, I have a cold. That's what this mask is for. My doc says this way. I won't give it to anyone else. Be kind to others, he say. No ooh-wing in my chat, okay? No ooh-wing in my lobby. No ooh-wing in court. Right, Mr. Wright. You have nothing to fear in court today. If you are truly innocent, I promise I will save you. Please, let go of my shirt. You're gonna rip off the heart. That's right, he's the one on trial, not you. What about ooh-woo? Can you ooh-woo? Yes, you're gonna ooh-woo, but you can't ooh-woo, okay? There's a difference. Oh, goodness. My chat's becoming really nasty. That's right, he's the one on trial, not you. He's the one who should be nervous. You need to stay strong for your client, Mia. My name is Mia Fey. I'm still pretty new at this lawyer thing. The first time I appeared in court was a year ago. This is amazing work. I get to defend as Mia Fey. Ever since the first game, it's like, we never get to see her again. And now, we're playing as her. In a memory, but still. But that trial traumatized me so badly, I thought I never set foot in another courtroom. Her first court was that bad? It's been 1 year since then, and well, here I am. But this time I'm gonna win. For my client, and for myself. The virus, Arthur, no viruses, okay? By the way, what does everybody think about the new overlay? Do you like it? I hope you like it. Anyway, time for court! Wait, is that Winston Payne with hair? Court is now in session for the trial of Phoenix Wright. This is something I thought I've never seen in my life. We are now in session for the trial of Phoenix Wright, though. It's Mia! She's so cute! Look at her! Oh my goodness! I never thought I'd get to see her on this side, though. It's so good to see her again, though. Yeah, oh my goodness. I'm about to cry. I'm really about to cry. I love her, though. And the same judge. The judge never ages. He's infinity years old. Alright, anyway. The defense is ready, Your Honor. Oh my goodness, he has hair. Ew. The prosecution is ready, Your Honor. The defense today is Miss Mia Fey, was it? Yes, Your Honor. Is there a problem? I love that she has the Magatama as well. I was under the impression that Marvin Grossberg was to be leading the defense. Yes, well, you see, Mr. Grossberg had a bit of an emergency. Look at her. Look at her think. She's so beautiful. A bit of an emergency. Emergency? Well, isn't that him standing there right next to you? Oh yeah, but she doesn't have any power. I think she does. She just... Oh wait, I don't know. I think she does have power, she just doesn't use it. The judge takes the same thing Ash Ketchum does. That youth potion, right? Except that he took it at an old age. He found the youth potion way too late, that's why the judge still looks like that. Yes, well... You're just a rookie. Are you sure you can really handle this? Don't let him scare you, Mia. Give him your toughest look. Ooh, she slammed the table. Of course, Your Honor. I think. Well, Mr. Payne, your opening statement, please. Oh, he flips his hair. That's so weird. You see, it's just like me doing that at my desk, see? Well. I can't believe a veteran like me has to spend his time babysitting a new defense lawyer. His jiggly hairdo? It'll never say that again. Don't worry, little girl. It will be all over soon. What was that all about? The hair has jiggle physics. Was he trying to trash talk me? Can we trash talk back? Well, now then, I'd like to proceed with a summary of events on the day in question. The incident occurred on the campus of Ivy University. The murder victim was a student named Doug Swallow. He was a fourth-year student studying pharmacology? It sounds like he was a very bright young man. Yes, well, next we have a photo taken at the scene of the crime. Oh, whoa, broken power... Wait, did you get shocked by a broken power line? Holy heck! Students discovered the scene shortly after the murder. They found the victim's body and the defendant, who had obviously bungled his getaway. Then they called the police. Very bright indeed, because he got shocked, right? That certainly makes the defendant look very suspicious indeed. Very well, the court accepts this photo into the record as evidence. Hey Kira, welcome to the stream. What's up? By the way, I can't quite tell the cause of death from this photo. Your reputation for sagacity has well earned, Your Honor. The truth is that this victim died a rather unusual death. An unusual death? What do you mean, Mr. Payne? Well, perhaps the defense would like to take this question. Huh? A simple question. I thought I might loosen you up a bit. I am a genteel man, if you will. Alright, remember everybody. When you call yourself a gentleman, don't say gentleman. You're a genteel man. You're a genteel man. Huge difference, you know. A what? Stand up to him, Mia. Show him what you're made of. Oh, perfect opportunity. Well, what was it? The cause. Go on. Please say you know at least this much. I'm so sorry, I didn't get a chance to read through the whole file. Ugh, my hemorrhoids are beginning to act up. Oh, don't say that. Now see here, the details of the case are filed under the court record. Well, you knew that already, didn't you? Ah, the court record. I think I can see that by pressing the button. The R button, everybody. R button. All of the weapons we need can be found in the court record. Take a good hard look at the data there and think carefully before you answer, my dear. Yes, sir. I'll do just that. I'm doing alright myself, thank you. I've got to stay calm. I can't let the prosecutor get the better of me. The court record. Okay, let's take a look. I just pressed the button here. You living ad. Arthur, are you calling me an ad? What can I shill? What can I do? What can I do? Which prime? Do it now. Now then, would the attorney for the defense please answer the question? What was the cause of death? Asphyxiation, electrocution, or hypothermia? I'm pretty sure it's electrocution, but I think we can try other things. Asphyxiation. Well, I think you'll find it was a case of asphyxiation. Asphyxiation, huh? Mia, what are you doing? Well, it's stuffy in here. I can hardly breathe. No one's asking how you feel. Please make sure to properly read the record. I'm so sorry. I'll take a better look. Hang in there, Mia. Okay, I've read it through this time. Hypothermia. Hypothermia, I believe? Oh, Mr. Grossberg, does it suddenly feel very cold in here to you? That's because your absurd reply has brought a chill to the courtroom. I'm so sorry. Look at the court record more carefully, would you? Oh my goodness. I love how everybody was just silent. Like, did she really just say that? Yeah, hypothermia. the toughest thing in the world. According to the court record, and I read it this time to the letter, it was a fatal electric shock, in other words, electrocution. Electrocution? Not hypothermia? How could such a thing happen? Did the murderer use some type of new super powerful stun gun, perhaps? Asphyxiation, what's that? That's like when you're like running out of breath. It's like you can't breathe. Like suddenly he would Mia just said, oh, what if he was choked to death? And hypothermia is like if you're too cold and you don't have any heat in your body. Feeling awkward, like an anime when someone says a bad joke. Arthur, you can't forget about the crow in the background that goes, ah, ah. The answer to that will become crystal clear as this trial proceeds, Your Honor. The tumbleweed rolls across the court. Ugh, prosecute that tumbleweed. But before that, there's one more vital issue. By the way, before we continue on, everybody, does everybody see the pachinko machine right behind me? So yeah, instead of a sloth eating the stuff, if you somehow donate any bits, they'll fall right behind the pachinko machine right behind me. Just for fun effects and whatnot. Well, what's that? Why, motive, of course. Apparently there was some bad blood between the victim and the defendant. Bad blood? What do you mean? Oopsie, I'm terribly sorry. You're the defense attorney, so you must know all about it. I shouldn't be stealing your spotlight like this. Bits or marbles? There is a marbles game, right? I swear there's a marbles game. I really don't like this guy's smug attitude. That's Winston Payne for ya. He is one smooth operator if you catch my drift. They don't call him the rookie killer for nothing, you know. He hasn't killed any rookies. Now then, let's hear from the defense. What was the source of the bad blood between the victim and the defendant? And this time I would like to see some supporting evidence. Evidence? No need to get all worked up over this. As I said, all our weapons can be found in the court record. Find the evidence you need and then shove it into old Greybeard's face. Yes, sir, into old Greybeard's face. Mr. Grossberg, try to set a better example for the young lady. Yeah, evidence isn't the only thing in the court record. People's profiles are as well. You can toggle between profiles and evidence too, so be sure to go over it all. Wait, where's Phoenix? Phoenix is he's my client. I'm playing as Mia Fey 5 years in the past. We're playing the first case of Trials and Tribulations, where we're looking back at Mia's memories. So right now, we're defending Phoenix Wright at the age of 21 though. Killed by rookies is what he meant. Oh, Arthur, oof. Big oof. Now then, let's see what you got. What was the cause of the bad blood between Phoenix Wright and the victim? My badge, sir. It was my badge, right? It's my badge. Mr. Grossberg, I honestly think it would be best for the defense if you were in charge. I'm afraid Miss Faye might stir up some bad blood with this court if she were to continue. Or simply put, you are quite mistaken, my dear. Oh no, I'm so sorry. Well, we didn't lose any life. Even if you are new, your lack of preparation isn't inexcusable. Alright, let's try this again. I'm pretty sure it's Winston Payne, right? Dahlia Hawthorne. Look at those eyes. Something about those eyes. Mia, focus. Let me see. Dahlia Hawthorne, Phoenix Wright girlfriend, dated the victim. It's obviously Doug Swallow. That's the bad blood between Phoenix Wright and Doug Swallow. It's Doug Swallow himself. He took Phoenix's Wright pen, and Phoenix Wright said, "Give me back my pen," and stabbed him with it. And that's how Doug Swallow died. The end. The reason for the bad blood between the two of them was this woman here. Dahlia Hawthorne, is it? Very good, Miss Faye. You seem to have picked up on at least this much. This woman is the girlfriend of the defendant, Phoenix Wright. But up until about 8 months ago, she was with the victim, Mr. Swallow. Clearly, she has some part to play in the story. Ooh. He's done it again. Before the cross-examination starts, he's already got the judge thinking like he wants. This game is also kind of tough, so be prepared. Mia with shades. I would love to see Mia put on shades and be like, yeah. Very well, Mr. Payne. Please call your first witness. It's full of surprises? I love surprises. Alright, what, the defendant himself? Well, Miss Faye? It's fine, after all, Mr. Wright is innocent, right? By the way, audio all good? Is the audio all good? It's just that I had a fever the previous weekend. I don't know how I sound right now. Even though I've been recording things, it's like, do I sound okay? The defense has no objection. Very well. The court calls Mr. Phoenix Wright to the witness stand. My odors are obsolete? Odors? My odors? That means smells. Witness, please state your name and occupation. By the way, I like the court music. It is so good. It's very epic. Oh, yes. My name is Phoenix Wright. My job is, well, right now I guess I'm a suspect. No, he means what did you do before you were arrested? Oh, aww. I was a university student. Pixel, name and occupation. My name is Pixel and I'm a sloth. And I was a killer. And an egg beater. And an egg destroyer. And a waffle stomper. Yeah, that's it. Mr. Wright, you understand that you are suspected in the death of your fellow student Ducks? But I didn't do it! I'm innocent, I tell you! I'm telling you, I was... Hey, Joe. We don't do Tomodachi Life cold medicine here, okay? None of that. Would the defendant please refrain from passing on his cold to the rest of us? It seems the witness has something he wants to say. Well then, Mr. Wright, please tell us about your relation to the victim. Right away, Your Honor. Phoenix was a killer? A love killer! That's why I have no relationships. Whoa, this music. Doo-doo. Oh, yes, I like this. This is tense music right here. I admit I was there, but I'm not a killer. All I did was find his body. And loot it. I hardly knew the guy to begin with. I never even talked to that stuck-up British wannabe. Jeez, Phoenix. I see, so you hardly knew the victim. Right, like I said, I'm not a killer. Ooh, it looks like the judge understands. You're being naive, you know, too naive. Huh? It seems that you've forgotten one small thing, young lady. And that would be, this witness still has to undergo something called cross-examination. Cross-examination? He's right, and it's the defense's duty to carry out the cross-examination. The purpose is to determine if a witness's testimony contains any contradictions. Contradictions? If a witness is lying, their statements will conflict with the court record. But Mr. Wright is my client. Even if he is your client, in court all lies must be struck down. As a lawyer, that is your duty, you see. What does he mean by that? Hold on, I gotta fix up my head. Why is my head so weird? Hopefully it looks fine like that. I always feel like I'm looking weird. Do I look weird? Nah, I look fine. What does he mean by that? Is he saying that testimony just now, that there was a lie? A contradiction? Now then, your cross-examination if you please, Miss Faye. Please, Mr. Wright, tell me you haven't been lying. That's the face of a liar. You wouldn't do that to me, would you? Phoenix Wright a liar? No! No! I admit I was there. When you say there, you mean the place where the victim was murdered? Yeah, sort of. The place where something happened anyway. Pixel, why does my head look weird? Something, you can't hide what happened. We have photographic evidence. Aw, poor Phoenix. Anyway, Mr. Wright, what were you doing at the scene of the crime? I thought you said you didn't know the victim, Mr. Swallow. It was just a coincidence. We bumped into each other by accident. A coincidence, huh? But I'm not a killer. All I did was find his body. You say you found the body, so who called the police? Huh? Come on, unfortunately it was some other students that notified the police. Other students? Yeah, you think there were only 3 people inside that school? That's correct, they were witnesses. Witnesses who saw the defendant standing there next to the body in shock. But behind Phoenix was a Stan, defense attorney. What? Is this true, Mr. Wright? Ay ay ay. Could you stop sneezing every time you're in a bind? He's forcing himself to get sick. Well, it's true that I was pretty shocked when I found the body, but I hardly knew the guy to begin with. So you didn't know his face or even his name, right? Right. Well, no. That is, I mean, so which is it? Did you know him or not? Yes, Pixel, 3-person school. I knew it. Now see here, you can't avoid answering the question by sneezing all day. Yes, you can. Well, I guess I did know his name. News to me? Why didn't he tell me that before? Arthur, if you want to make all the puns, you're more than welcome to make all the names you want. I heard he used to date Dolly. Who is this Dolly person? Ah, that would be the defendant's lover, Miss Dahlia Hawthorne. Oh, I see. Ah, young love, so bittersweet. But that's all I knew about him. Are you sure? I never even talked to that stuck-up British wannabe. Mr. Wright, you stated the following in your testimony. You feel like Phoenix Wright could be dead by sneezing too much, though. I don't want to see him die in the case, because then we'll have to revive him. And then he's a zombie. Phoenix Wright lying? What a sick joke. I get it. That's a good one, Arthur. I hardly knew the guy to begin with. But that's right, I mean, why would I even... But that doesn't sound right. If you hardly knew him, then why would you say that the victim was a stuck-up British wannabe? One sneeze. Well, Mr. Wright? Ah, no, it wasn't me. I'm not a killer, I swear. Mr. Wright, I will give you an opportunity to revise your testimony. How is it that you knew the victim was, as you put it, a British wannabe? Yes, well... He was always walking around with a huge Union Jack on the back of his shirt. Wait, was he? Did you see it at the crime scene? The Union Jack, I mean. Yes, that's right. I saw it at the crime scene. That's why Joe's offended. Lol. That's why I figured he must love British stuff, see? It's true, cross my heart. And hope to sneeze to death. He's acting fishier than the salmon I ate last night. May I ask you something, Miss Faye? Yes, Your Honor. What is it now? Who is this person anyway? This Union Jack felt really? The Union Jack is the name of the United Kingdom's flag. He's the judge. He's that old. He does not know what a Union Jack is? So you mean like the Stars and Stripes, right? As usual, Your Honor. Your insight astounds me. Hey, something just occurred to me. Isn't there something strange about this bit just now? Yeah, there is a contradiction here. Mr. Crossberg, quickly now, show that boy you mean business, with evidence I mean. Then sock him in the face. I can handle it myself. 1 year ago, I was in a courtroom just like this. I can do it. I can handle this myself. You mustn't try to bite off more than you can chew, Mia. Stevie didn't know what a Union Jack was either. Remember, you can always press him to get more info. Oh, and one more thing. Okay, let's do it. I know where to present now. Let's see. The Union Jack on his shirt. What are you talking about? There's nothing there. He's lying. Phoenix sneezes himself to death and then Mia shouts, "Right, what have you done? You just created a time paradox." All 3 games deleted. That's it. Objection! Ooh, that was a beautiful objection. Are you certain you saw the Union Jack? Yeah, I'm sure. It was right there on his back. Miss Faye, is there some point to this line of questioning? Your Honor, please take another look at the crime scene photo. As you can see, there's absolutely nothing on the victim's back. Hey, wait a minute! He's wearing a leather jacket! Oh, you thought that was an entertaining video, but hey, it's also Arthur, what the heck? Union Jack was on the back of the t-shirt he was wearing. I was under the impression that you accidentally came across the body. But if that was really the case, then you wouldn't know that, would you? You had no idea at all what he was wearing underneath that jacket. Yes, miss. Make that music go. Do, 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 do. Hey, Sammy, welcome to the stream. What's going on? Mr. Wright, you've been lying to me! Please forgive me! Mia, you've made our client cry! Let him! That pee on his chest doesn't stand for Phoenix anyway! I don't want to know what she's thinking of. I can't believe I trusted him. Mr. Wright was all wrong. He should die. That was an impressive bit of cross-examination. Thank you for uncovering the defendant's lies for me, Savage Mia. It's quite clear that this man did not simply stumble upon the scene of the crime. Nothing much, I'm alright. Uh-oh, did I go too far? By the way, Mr. Wright, you seem to have a rather bad cold. Have you taken any medicine for it? Yeah, I took some, but was the medicine that you took an over-the-counter brand called Cold Killer X? Cold Killer X? That doesn't sound good. Oh yes, my good brand of Cold Killer X. Cold Killer X now available in stores. My heart just stopped for 10 seconds, but I feel much better now. Yeah, that's right. It kills colds good. Dr. Mario is a pretty good game. Let's see, spoilers. To use the song as the objection song for the rest of the series and in other games. Gotcha. Hey, wait a second. How did you know I'm a big fan of Cold Killer? Big fan? I don't think big fan is a good thing to say. Yeah, I pop that stuff every day. Would you happen to have that medicine with you right now? Cold Killer X, you take Cold Killer Y? I take Cold Killer Z. I go for that extra strength right there. Well, actually, I seem to have lost it somewhere. He lost it? Does this even have to do anything with the case? Mr. Wright, can I tell you where your cold medicine is right now? How can you be a fan of a medicine company? How can you be a fan of a medicine? Huh? Your Honor, I'd like to take a look at another photo from the crime scene. Make a Cold Killer Y. What's this? In the victim's hand? It's Cold Killer X! Yes, but even I've got a bottle of Cold Killer X in my apartment! We got a fan club! I'm sorry, but I'm afraid that argument won't work. There's no doubt as to who this bottle of Cold Killer X belongs to. Especially since Mr. Wright's fingerprints are all over it. What? Those darn Cold Killer fans? Sensing his murderous intent, Mr. Swallow must have picked up the bottle of medicine, dropped by Mr. Wright, and hid it in his hand. His purpose in doing so can only have been to identify his killer as Phoenix Wright. Uh-oh. Illness giver A. Order in the court! Your Honor, I'd like to present this photo and bottle as evidence. Very well, the court will accept them into the record. We got a photo and Cold Killer X. Pretty much. Guys, eat the medicine, eat the medicine, eat the medicine! Just start chomping the medicine right now. Oh my goodness, all these Cold Killer X things. Mega Evolve! Also, the victim's wristwatch was broken. Broken? Yes, it ceased functioning when a large wave of electricity passed through it. Dan! My good friend Dan. What's going on, Dan? Calling me a nerd at this time. What are you doing here? Well, Mr. Wright, do you have some kind of explanation for all this? This is really bad. Oh, my buttocks. My poor, poor buttocks. My poor buttocks. Your monthly tune in and disappear? Dan, if you're gonna tune in and disappear, at least do something good for once in your life. Also, we can't hang out this weekend because Dana's going away for the weekend. Sorry! The truth is, I went because he called me. He was in the pharmacology club department. The pharmacology club. Why do I keep saying club? He was in the pharmacy department. So we agreed to meet at 2:45 behind that building. We talked for a bit, and then in round 3, we split up. Then later, when I went back, I found him lying there. No problem, you got a concert to go to this weekend? I hear you, Dan, but we gotta hang out again soon. I've been taking Cold Killer X for the last 2 or 3 days. Dan, you gotta come over, like, a weekend. Come over for a weekend and we can hang out and stuff. But I lost my bottle of it around lunchtime on the day of the accident. Also, Six Flags. Pharmacology. Thank you, CB. Thank you. Mr. Wright, that's completely different from the testimony you gave previously. Wait, Dan, did you buy another season pass for Six Flags? I'm sorry, Your Honor. I was afraid you wouldn't believe the truth. You'll forgive me if I say I hardly find your current testimony any more credible. Miss Faye, please begin your cross-examination. We got them. Wait, Dan, how long does the season pass work? Is it for a whole year until next Fright Fest? Oh, please, Mr. Wright, don't tell any more lies. For a year? Oh, we gotta go back. So I can record myself going down a roller coaster, lose my phone. Holy heck, Dan, that's pretty long, though. Sick Destroyer E. The truth is, I went because he called me. Had you ever met the victim before then? No, never! But that day he called me up and told me he wanted to talk about Dolly. And this Dolly person is my, it's kind of embarrassing. She's my, sweetheart. Oh, what was that for, Mia? Oh, I'm so sorry. I just felt like slapping something all of a sudden. Dolly Hawthorne was also the lover of the murder victim, Doug Swallow. Before she met Mr. Wright, that is. So it was one of those nasty love triangles, I see. He was in the pharmacology department. Was it Mr. Swallow who indicated you should meet at 2:45? Anywho, need to see, so talk to you later. Yeah, talk to you later, Dan. Thanks for coming by. Yeah, we were both there right on time. You said the victim was in the pharmacology department, correct? Pharmacology. Pharmacology! Pharmacology! Scientology! Yeah, he was studying how to manufacture and improve pharmaceuticals. Everyone called him the alchemist of IVU. He was known as Edward Eldrick from Alchemist, Full Metal Alchemist. There we go. An alchemist, I see. I gotta admit, it was a little suspicious. He had a whole lab and everything. It was filled with chemicals and strange machines that run on high voltage like electricity. Oh, how fascinating. He sounds like he was quite an ambitious young man. The Full Metal Alchemist. I love Full Metal Alchemist. Let's see, the timing of the meeting. So you're absolutely certain that you met at 2:45? Yeah, pretty sure. That's the time class ends. But they're always doing experiments, so it doesn't matter much. Experiment? Yeah, those pharmacology guys are always in the lab whipping up something. Well, it looks like he's right about the time anyway. Witness, let's go on with your testimony. I kinda wanna go back at the other part. See what other info we can get from that other part we can do. Let's see. The department. I was wondering if you could tell us a bit more about the pharmacology department. Well, okay, sure. I don't know all that much, though. A little bit earlier in your testimony, you said something interesting. You said the department uses strange machines that run on high voltage like electricity. That's right. And they sure look dangerous. They use non-standard voltages, so there are high voltage cables everywhere. High voltage cables? Yeah, there were electrical poles set up all around the building. The high voltage cables run overhead around the roof. Finally, I think we're getting somewhere. We talked for a bit and then in round 3 we split up. It's IVU like poison ivy, then U. Ivy University. The U is for university. The U is for unicorn. Ivy unicorn. Poison ivy unicorn. Ugh. So what was it you were talking about? You know, that maybe we should hang out again sometime. Hang out again sometime? I wish that were true. Then later when I went back, I found him lying there. So you say you went back? Yeah, that's when I found the body. Yes, but why did you go back in the first place? Weren't you angry with him? Well, that's right, I was. Then why, Mr. Wright? Why did you go back there? I thought maybe we could make up. Yay! More makeup friendship. Judging by the atmosphere, I'm pretty sure no one is buying this. I've been taking Cold Killer X for the last 2 or 3 days. It's rather unusual to catch a cold at this time of the year, isn't it? Yeah, I always get a little careless when the weather starts to warm up. I guess I shouldn't sleep with the window open this early in spring, huh? I suppose common sense is not always common. So, did anyone else know that you were taking cold medicine called Cold Killer X? Well, I always took one after meals, so I'm pretty sure all my friends knew about it. But I lost my bottle of it around lunchtime on the day of the accident. On the day of the incident, what did you do for lunch? Huh? What does that have to do with anything? You can never be too sure. I always eat with Dolly, just the 2 of us. Dolly's homemade lunches are just the greatest. Her mini omelets are magically delicious. They're magically delicious. Oh, thanks, Phoenix. Now I got the Lucky Charms theme stuck in my head. Ouch! Why did you punch me in the jaw? Oh, I'm so sorry. I just felt like hurting someone all of a sudden. Oh, why did you shoot me? Why did you whip me? Ah, why are you killing me? Ah, like me, it's just hurting Grossberg even more. Did the defendant and the victim met at approximately the time of his death? And did the defendant return to the scene for some unknown reason? I'm not entirely convinced by his explanation about the medicine bottle either. Let me be frank here, Mr. Wright. Your testimony cannot be trusted. Nani do you mean? I knew it was too much work for a little girl. However, there is one mystery that still remains. You'll never catch me, mini omelets. You'll never catch me. There is, Your Honor. How the murder was carried out, of course. Just how was the victim electrocuted? I don't believe the murder weapon has been produced yet, correct? Well, that is, You're correct, Your Honor. So how exactly was Mr. Swallow killed? If I could somehow establish how it was done. He's getting bullied. The video game? Maybe I can still come out of this mess smelling like a rose. Let's establish a method. Your Honor. Yes, Miss Faye? I believe that if we were to piece together everything we've heard up until now, we should be able to solve the mystery of how Mr. Swallow died. That would be most impressive. Quite the brash statement coming from a rookie. But even a beginner like you must understand the basic rules of the court, yea? An attorney must be able to substantiate their arguments with evidence. Of course I know that. Actually, I'd forgotten about that. Now then, Miss Faye, let me see what you've got. Tell me how you believe the victim was electrocuted. Is it not obvious? Is it not obvious that we can see how he got electrocuted? Do these people not know? As for the cause of death, I'd say this picture captures it quite well. Nani? But there is nothing that even remotely resembles a murder weapon here. Oh no, we're talking about the umbrella in the back. It's the umbrella. I'm afraid the defense is going to have to explain this in a bit more detail. Miss Faye, I am baby. Tell me where murder weapon is. Murder weapon right here. Umbrella. There we go. Well, naturally, it's right here. That's... What is that? A severed electrical cable, I believe, Your Honor. Remember the testimony we've heard. The machines the pharmacology students use in their experiments require high voltage. And because of that, there are special high voltage cables strung up everywhere. So then the high voltage cable. Yes, the high voltage cable is the cause of death. That is the most likely explanation. That certainly sounds plausible. Well, Mr. Payne, what do you have to say about this? Well, I believe some praise is in order. Don't toy with me, old man. Now, the victim's cause of death may indeed have been of high voltage cable. However, I want you to think about what that really implies. The only one who had the opportunity to use the cable as a murder weapon was... the defendant. He sneezed! That much is certainly true. Yes, and that's not all. We have proof. Irrefutable proof that will establish that Mr. Wright was the murderer. You do? Well, what is it? His fingerprints. Fingerprints? You mean that the defendant's fingerprints were on something besides the medicine bottle? Let's take another look at the crime scene photo. As you can see, the victim is wearing a leather jacket. And as you may know, leather holds fingerprints quite well. He sneezed. Cuff him, man. You mean... Yes, it was quite clearly imprinted on the chest area of the victim's jacket. The palm print of the defendant's very own hand. Nani? I can only think of one way Mr. Wright could have left a print like that. Intent on murder, he squarely pushed the victim towards the severed electrical cable. Yeesh. Order! That's enough! I think we can conclude that there is no reason to continue with this cross-examination. Stick a fork in us, we're done. Mr. Grossberg, my hemorrhoids never lie. The show is over, Mia. This guy gives up very easily. I knew that boy was guilty the first time I saw him. No, you're wrong! Mr. Wright is innocent. No. No further evidence is required to convict me of this man's guilt. Your Honor, at this time I am prepared to render a verdict in this case. Whoop! We're not stopping here. Do you have something further to add, Miss Faye? Is this what you want, Mr. Wright? You still haven't told us the truth, the whole truth. If you don't say something now, the judge is going to hand down his verdict. But I can't, I just can't say it. If I told you what really happened, then I'd be... It's okay, Mr. Wright. I'm your attorney. You can trust me. Miss Faye, be serious now. Look at that serious Phoenix face. No matter what it is you have to say, I believe in you and I'll represent you to the very end. And already the judge is like, guilty, 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 guilty. We've already established the defendant's guilt. There's no further need for him to say anything else. Wait a minute. Mr. Wright, I'll tell you what really happened. But I've already told you, Mr. Wright, there's no need for further... I did it. I admit it, I pushed him! It's my fault. My fault that Doug Swallow is dead! Oh no, that girl, you shouldn't see her anymore. Hey, it's none of your business! I'm telling you for your sake, if you continue to see her, it's gonna be bad news! You're lying! Just listen to me! There's something you need to know about that girl. What accent is this? Stop it! Don't talk about her like that! Whoa! Is he a Dragon Ball Z character? The judge is like, I watched it! Guilty, 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 guilty! They all saw the flashback too. What you just said, was that the truth? Yes, I was afraid. Afraid that if I told the truth, everyone would think I was the murderer for sure. Well, as things currently stand, we're all absolutely convinced you are. Please, Please give me one more chance to explain. This time I swear I'll tell the whole truth. We'll be okay, won't it, Miss Faye? I believe in you. Oh, thank you. I still can't believe it. He really did push the victim. It feels like my hemorrhoids are doing the Harlem Shake. Remember that meme? When I pushed the victim. When I pushed the dog. He fell down and then he died. That guy, he was talking bad about Dolly. I activated my Super Saiyan form. I lost my temper and gave him a shove. At that moment, I heard some kind of loud noise. A little while after I left, I started to get worried. So I went back, but he was lying there, dead. That's an old meme. It is old, isn't it? Well, the explanation is really quite simple. When you pushed him, Mr. Swallow flew back and touched the cable. He died from the shock, and that, as they say, is that. A simple explanation indeed. At the time of the incident, a light rain had been falling. Wet from the rain, the victim was more easily electrocuted. But when I pushed him, there weren't any electrical cables nearby. If there had been something like that, even I would have noticed it. That's true, even a doofus like him couldn't miss that. Miss Faye, let me warn you right now that if your cross-examination doesn't yield any new facts, I intend to deliver my verdict without further delay. Are we clear on that? Yes, Your Honor. Don't give up, Mia. If he is innocent, there must be some kind of evidence somewhere that will prove it. A doofus? I know they spell doofus weird. D-U-F-U-S? It's D-O-O-F-U-S. Doofus. That guy, he was talking bad about Dolly. So what kinds of things did Mr. Swallow say to you? He said all sorts of terrible things about Dolly. He said that she was a bad girl. Did the sounds got higher? Is that all? Yep. Well, Miss Faye, you heard him yourself. Oh boy, you're not doing any favors here, Mr. Wright. Please don't make this harder for me than it already is. Anyway, after he said that, I lost my temper and gave him a shove. I did the power push. Can you tell me about what happened in a little more detail? That guy, he just said what he wanted to say to me. Everybody's doing ... I want to be part of it too. ... I'm part of it too. And then he put on the jacket he was holding and started to leave. That's when I lost my temper and flew into a furious frenzy. I went into rage mode. I activated gamer mode. I just gave him a light, gentle shove to the chest. And they say video games aren't violent. After playing this, I'm gonna shove somebody in the chest. Lightly. And when you did that, there were no severed cables anywhere to be seen. Right. There was nothing like that at all. But it is possible that you merely overlooked it. How can you overlook an electrical cable? Really, Phoenix? I guess it's possible. What are you doing? Don't let the guy steamroll all over you like cheap asphalt. I believe what's important here is the moment the push occurred. Let's continue on with the testimony, witness. At that moment, I heard some kind of loud noise. A loud noise? And what would you say that loud noise was, Mr. Wright? I'm not sure, but it was really loud. Like, it was like snap. You know, come to think of it, I wonder what that was. Clearly, Your Honor, it was the sound of the victim being electrocuted. Yeesh, really? Hold on, I'm just checking out something real quick. You're not qualified to decide that. Hold on, I'm trying to figure out something. Give me a second. I'm trying to be like, is everything okay? Everything's okay. Oh, snap. Oh, snap. Oh, snap. That reminds me of that regular show song that goes, oh, snap. Oh, snap. It was the Snapple snapping. Wait, I don't have Snapple here right now. All I got is clear drink. Ah, that was good drink. Mr. Wright, that loud noise you heard may be extremely important. You're trying to remember what it was. How do I put it? It was like a sharp crack. Ah, could it have been... Yes, could it have been... Hurry up and tell us! When I pushed him, he dropped the umbrella he was holding. Oh no, not the umbrella! Can we get an F for the... Can we get an F in the chat for the umbrella? That umbrella died, too. Video games cause violence. They say as I pet my Pikachu with my right hand and holding the thinker in my... I pet the sloth with one hand, and then I pick up my deadly switch in the left. He fell right on top of it and it broke. That was probably the noise I heard. Thank you, chat. An umbrella, huh? And did that umbrella belong to the victim? Yeah, it was a plastic umbrella, cheap and frail. Kinda like me! Kinda like the owner. Man, Phoenix throwing shade at dead people now. Then again, I wish I had any kind of umbrella. I was totally soaked to the bone. Miss Faye, what do you think? Is there something important in that testimony just now? Well... Sure, why not? This is it, Mia. The new information you've been waiting for. Of course it's important. No, this cheap umbrella is more than important. It's vital. I want to officially have it entered into the testimony. Huh, how perfectly fitting. Flimsy information for a flimsy lawyer. The court agrees to the defense's request. Witness, please add the bit about the cheap umbrella to your testimony. This cheap umbrella is umbrella. He fell down on top of his... Wait, did he really? He didn't fall down on top of it. So Mr. Swallow fell on top of his umbrella. And you're certain of this? Yeah, it was right there under him. Actually, if it hadn't been under him, I was planning on borrowing it for myself. After I pushed him down, if the umbrella wasn't broken, I was gonna say, mine, and leave. The umbrella, you mean? Hold on, I gotta sit up straight a bit more. There we go. Well, yeah, you see, I was wearing the sweater here. Dolly stayed up late for nights at a time knitting it for me. I didn't want the rain to dampen the handmade symbol of her love. Oof! My stomach is not to be used as your personal soccer ball, Mia! Ah, I'm so sorry. Did she just knee him in the stomach? Yeesh! I feel sorry for Mr. Grossberg right there. Yeesh. He kicked him. Let's see. I'm gonna say he's lying on this though because the umbrella's right over there. You kick him. You did kick him. Kick him real good. Why didn't you testify about the umbrella from the very beginning? Come on, if I had mentioned that, I would have been able to counter prosecution's arguments earlier. What do you mean by that? Take another look at the crime scene photo. According to Mr. Wright, the victim fell on top of his umbrella. However, if you look closely, the umbrella is nowhere near the victim. Actually, it's by the pole. You're absolutely right. The conclusion here is obvious. After the defendant left, the victim moved from where he fell. In other words, after he was pushed by the defendant, Mr. Swallow was still alive. That's the female character, it makes sense. Oh yeah, the rumor for the female character, right? I would be hyped if Mia was announced. With Phoenix too. Mia, Phoenix, and Maya come together for a final smash with Edgeworth. Everybody doing objection, destroying everything. The victim, he moved? Mr. Payne, the umbrella in this photo, where is it now? Well, it was collected by the police at the crime scene. I want to present it as evidence immediately. Look at that, people. The dead umbrella. Forget about Doug Swallow. The real victim was the umbrella. But the umbrella could have simply been blown there by the wind. According to the testimony, the victim fell on top of the umbrella. There's simply no way it could have been blown there by the wind. But keep the umbrella? I know it's raining outside, I gotta use it. I know this matter of the umbrella seems relatively trivial, but an hour has passed. It's time to stretch, everybody. Everybody get your chance to stretch. Stretch it out, everybody. But as long as the smallest doubt remains, I cannot run the final judgment. No! Oh goodness, I needed that stretch right there. I must say, I still find it hard to believe that a huge hole has been blown in the prosecution's case by the defendant's testimony. Oh, we got a piece of paper. Can anybody read that? Well done, Mia. Mr. Payne, what are you chuckling about? Pardon me, Your Honor. It seems I was expecting too much of a free ride. It was foolish to think I could establish guilt through a cross-examination alone. I'm afraid I don't follow what you're saying. Let me guess, you have another witness. Exactly, and this witness's testimony will be incontrovertible. Well, who is this witness? Miss Dahlia Hawthorne. Dahlia Hawthorne? They could be Maya color from me, a custom color. Color costume. I'm sorry, my speech is like really jumbled up today. I don't know why. Don't you mean Dolly? I do, Your Honor. The defendant's very own lover is a witness to the whole thing. That's right. She was at the scene of the crime. Nani? I'm sorry to break the bad news to you, my dear. Oh! That was a beautiful hair flick! Bad news? You couldn't be more wrong. Actually, I've been waiting for this. You can't be serious. Mia, what do you mean by that? I think this is a good point for us to stop at. Court will now enter a 20-minute recess. Afterwards, we will listen to the testimony of Miss Dahlia Hawthorne. 20 minutes. Miss Faye, I'm sorry about what happened back there. It's alright, at least you told us the truth in the end, Mr. Wright. Yeah, so I guess I can start to relax then, huh? Relax, my boy. You can't be serious after hiding such important facts. But the next witness is my Dolly, right? She'll save me. I just know she will. What do you think, Dad? Huh? What do you mean? She's the love of my life, that's why. The love of your life? Would you mind telling me more about you and Miss Hawthorne? Sure, no problem. Dahlia and I, we first met about 8 months ago right here in this very courthouse. Aw, look at little Phoenix. Actually, I'm studying to be a lawyer on the side. Anyway, forget about that. One day, she and I just bumped into each other in the reading room downstairs with her umbrella, which causes a lot of bad luck. That's why I really think it was fate that brought us here together. As soon as I first set eyes on her, I knew she was the one for me. Oh, here, take a look at this. She gave this to me on the day we met as a symbol of our love. She had been wearing it around her neck that day, but then she took it off, but before she gave it to me, she said, I want you to carry this. So she gave it to you as a present, I see. This darling little bottle is filled with memories of my darling little Dolly, and my tears, and my Snapple. If I had a locket like that, it would be filled with Snapple, so if I ever run out of Snapple, I can be like, the last Snapple on Earth and I just drank it. It certainly is a little bottle, alright. It makes me so happy, I show it to everyone I meet. Welcome back, Alpha. I want to share my happiness with the whole world. Anyway, so after that, you and Miss Hawthorne started dating? Yeah, but she's so shy. Every time I see her, she always says the same thing to me. Please give it back now. Wow, what a date. It's like, I'm glad I got to spend this time with you. Give it back to me now. Oh, we're getting married. Give it back to me now. Oh, our baby boy's been born. Give it back now. It's been lovely spending these 70 years with you. Give it back to me now. Hey, Luna Amethyst, welcome to the stream. What's going on? I keep forgetting the camera's up here now. Welcome. By the way, Mr. Wright, the day you first met Dahlia Hawthorne 8 months ago, it wouldn't happen to happen on August 27th, wouldn't it? Would it? How do I enjoy Phoenix Wright so far? I'm on the 3rd game, so that says a lot, doesn't it? I love it. Yeah, it was, but how did you... This happened on August 27th, right here in this courthouse. What's this, a newspaper clipping? Let's see. Murder in the courthouse? Murder? Wait, what? Today is August 27th! Holy heck, that's a coincidence! No, 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 no! Don't say, like... Don't... It should... What? What are you reading there? Let me see that. Oh, I see. Yeah, I think I understand what you're trying to say. And I think I understand why you suddenly took a keen interest in this case. You believe there is some connection between these 2 cases. Am I correct? An article from 828. Joe, for you it's 8:28, but for me right now it's 9 p.m. August 27th. So I don't know how to explain this. How is it? That's awesome though. I hope you don't mind, Mr. Grossberg. I need to finish this myself. Ah, yes, but I'm afraid what you have will not be enough, my dear. Quick, so get to it. I'll go and have a look in the downstairs reading room and see what else I can find. Thank you. I want to do whatever I can to be of help to you, Mia. Hold on. That's insane. Celebrate the anniversary. Yay, we're celebrating on the day of the murder in the courthouse. Well, it looks like recess is about over. We'd better all get moving. Holy heck, that's a strange coincidence. My brain is like blown up right now. To be continued on August 27th, 2020. Ooh, new theme, I'll take it. And save file number 3. Look at that. 3 save files so far, that's amazing. Alright, so we're heading back into court. And I'm alone. Court will now reconvene. Mr. Payne, please call your witness. This next person is someone who witnessed the crime as it happened. The prosecution calls Miss Dahlia Hawthorne to the stand. Whoa. Whoa. She has her own theme? Where did the butterflies come from? Can I cross-examine the butterflies? And why'd she bring an umbrella inside? That's bad luck. What's with the stiff silence? In my long career as a judge, I have been deceived by many witnesses. It's my job to doubt, to take no one at their word. But in your case, I must admit that you radiate a glow of complete sincerity. I can't believe he actually said that. You could say, I killed millions of people. Actually, I didn't. I believe you. Oh, now then, witness, could you please state your full name? It's a parasol pixel, not an umbrella. Excuse me, CV. Don't worry, sweetie. There's no need to be nervous. If anyone says anything rude, you can be sure I'll cut them down to size. And I will bash them with my gavel, like I did to Phoenix Wright in his dream. I love how they look straight at me when they say that. Mia's beautiful. Thank you for calming my nerves. You're all so nice, I almost feel right at home. Not at all. It was nothing. If we may move on now, what is your full name and occupation? My name is Dahlia Hawthorne. I'm a junior in literature at IVU. I just want to say, it's an honor for me to be here in your noble presence. Ah, she's so nice. The honor is all mine. No, the honor is all mine. Well, we know whose milkshake brings all the boys to the yard. What's with these? My goodness, these are old references. Sir? Kirby, what the heck are you doing in my chat? Sorry, I had to scream at my roommate for being in my chat right there. What the heck? So weird seeing weird names show up there. Is there something I can help you with? You just go on and say whatever is on your mind. I'm sure that there must be some kind of mistake. Feeny wouldn't kill anyone. I just know it. Yes, yes. I can see why you'd say that. She's gonna be a tough witness, alright. It only took her 12 seconds to wrap them all around her little finger. My goodness. I thought you were actually coming down. Kirby, I would, but that will take about 2 minutes. It will take me like 20 minutes to actually crawl down the stairs. You will hear a bunch of me falling down the stairs, and then stream's over. Now then, please proceed with your testimony. Let's hear about what you witnessed on the day of the incident, if you please. Alright, so she's gonna be a tough one because there's butterflies all around the courtroom. Imagine I say, you're a liar, and then she sends her butterflies to attack me. Butterflies carry me away. That's it, court's over. I had been planning to go back to Phoenix Place after class was over. Feeny and Dougie, they were talking behind the building. And then he fell. Then suddenly, Dougie got all wobbly and just collapsed. That's when Feeny noticed that I was there. I went to go and find some other students and they called the authorities. And Dougie fell. He did the Dougie. I don't know what to say. According to you, Miss Hawthorne, the defendant didn't do anything wrong. Alright, case closed. Phoenix 1. Young lady, as old as I am, even I recall how hot the flames of young passion can burn. Nevertheless, it is my job to discover the truth. Please tell us the truth. But I would never. That's more than enough, witness. I won't allow this to continue. Nani do you mean by that? Please, just let me proceed with my cross-examination, Your Honor. I, for one, don't plan to win my case on a bunch of paper-thin lies. You haven't changed a bit, Mia Fey. Wait, they know each other? What's this? So you two are acquainted? Yes. We've met before. Once. Oh, this is weird. In any case, Miss Fey, the floor is all yours. It's good to see you again, Madame Fey. Madame? I'm no one's grandma yet, girly. I'm still an old sloth, but not a grandpa yet. I mean, I am an uncle, but not a grandpa yet. Dahlia's too gorgeous. I think Joe's got a crush on the Goyle. Now, unless I'm mistaken, Feeny, I mean Mr. Wright is in the art department. If that's the case, then what were you doing by the pharmacology of the building? Well, I'm in the literature department. I'm studying Japanese senryu poetry. Oh, how wonderful. It's that humorous yet satirical style of haiku, yes? Nothing left to do. When a man reaches this age, sleep is his best friend. Dahlia knows what I want! That's supposed to be poetry? Sounds more like a midlife crisis. For me to get to the art department, I have to walk through that back area. Ah, I see. That makes sense. When I want to enter the courthouse, I always walk through the front doors. How else would you enter? Teleportation? Instant transmission. Feeny and Dougie, they were talking behind the building. So who is this Dougie person? Oh, I'm sorry, Doug Swallow. We were dating until about 8 months ago. So what were Mr. Swallow and Mr. Wright talking about anyway? How can you be so mean? I would never eavesdrop. I wasn't raised to be so rude and unrefined. That's right, Miss Fey. Don't drag the witness down to your level. Yeesh. Why am I being demonized here? I almost said demonetized, goodness. YouTube! Please go on, what did you see next? Then suddenly, Dougie got all wobbly and just collapsed. Are you saying that the victim just collapsed on his own? Yes. In other words, the defendant never touched the victim, is that right? I was watching the whole time. Feeny never did a thing to Dougie. If I press her for no good reason, I just know the judge will get angry with me. So what should I do about her testimony just now? Do we have a contradiction, though? Pixel gets demonetized. The impossible feat. If I ever get demonetized, I'd be surprised. It's like, you sure I didn't do enough? I don't know right now, though. I suppose our statement works in favor for now. I'll hold off on looking into any deeper until it's necessary. The leaker came back and said the female character has a mecha. Oh, the next Smash character. It might be ARMS. It might be an ARMS character then. It might be the ARMS character. The one with the mecha. Very well, young lady. Please go on with your testimony. That's when Feeny noticed that I was there. Mechanica, that's the name. And what did Mr. Wright say when he saw you? I'm sorry, I was so flustered that I really don't remember. Please forgive me. You don't remember? Well, that's common enough. Sometimes I can't recall a sentence I passed only minutes prior. Please, someone, anyone, stop him before he gets hurt by me. With a roundhouse kick! I went to go and find some other students and they called the authorities. When you say students, do you mean students from the pharmacology department? Yes, they're all very fond of their drugs. It could be Susie from Robobot. It could be that. I would be alright with that, though. Or it can be Angela Anaconda. Please try to stay on topic. So to find some pharmacology students, you went to the labs, correct? That's what I was planning to do, but in the end I wound up not going. A group of about 10 research students came running out of the building entrance. Yo, will you distribute that show? You had to watch a whole season of it. Wait, what show? What show, Kirby? About drugs? I love the drug show. We distribute a whole season of drugs. That's weird to say. The students knew what was going on. But how could the students have known what was going on? Well, I don't know for sure that they knew what had happened. It's just they all seem kind of excited about something. No! Kirby, no! There's no way you distributed Angela Anaconda! That cursed show! Oh my goodness, I still remember Angela Anaconda-mon. Kirby, no, that's cursed! Why? Oh my goodness, that cursed. Angela Anaconda, and this is... Oh no, it's getting stuck in my head now. It's just they all seem kind of excited about something. It doesn't look like I'm gonna get any more info about the students. So, did the students call the police? Yes, I was just so panicked. Yes, well, anyone would have been, my dear. That girl, she's telling a super obvious lie, and she knows it. She's just pretending to protect Mr. Wright. He's just pretending to be stupid. Yes, that's gotta be it. Way to go, Mia. Okay, that means I'm gonna have to dig deep to find a contradiction on this one. Maybe a character from the new game, Ex Machinima or something. Oh yeah, Machina, Ex Machina. Or it could be from... There's a new game coming out on Friday from Platinum Games, right? What's it called again? It looked really cool. Upcoming Nintendo games. Yeah, there's a game coming up on Friday. Astral Chain. What do people think about Astral Chain? That looks pretty cool, right? People are loving it, though. It looks really cool, but I don't think that's a game I would stream or what. Don't think it's, like, interesting for me to stream, but maybe to play on my own, I guess. Alright, so I gotta find a contradiction here, though. Maybe here, so I'm gonna save just in case. Didn't interest you? I feel like it will please Platinum fans, but the music seems really good, though. So I'm gonna try contradicting with evidence, though. By the way, to everybody here, I just want to show everybody one thing, though. I just got a new thumbnail made. I got a new thumbnail made for Versus games. So, you know, like, if me and Dana and other people play Versus games, I got it made. I want to show everybody the new commission I just got. And I'm gonna show it just a bit before we move on with the stream. Sorry for holding up your time, everybody. I'm just really excited for showing this though. I think it's good to show right about now. No, it is not. What the heck? Every time I try to show something, it's just messed up. There we go. The new thumbnail, everybody. So whenever I release a versus game on my YouTube channel, that's the new thumbnail right there. With different colored slobs and everything. Oh, Evie, welcome to the stream. What's going on with you? I love this new thumbnail. So there's gonna be an upcoming video coming soon. There's gonna be more Ultimate Chicken Horse versus thing. No, CB, it's not Pixels versus Pixels. It's more versus, like Mario Party, Ultimate Chicken Horse, you know, like local versus stuff. Pixel versus Pixels isn't coming back for quite a while. But anyway, let's get back with the game. Well, Evie, I'm doing well. How are you doing? Evil lies are not very becoming, Miss Hawthorne, so let's drop them, shall we? What? I would never. Miss Faye, I will not allow you to badger this witness. There's gonna be more Ultimate Chicken Horse? Yes, there will be more. I just recorded more with Dana and Nathan. That's what the new thumbnail is gonna be. And then I gotta change all the other versus thumbnails to that. Let's see, just glad I caught you streaming. I fell in love with your videos ever since I watched Tomodachi Life. Those are hilarious. Well, Evie, thanks for coming by. How did you find me? I believe the defense is engaged in a fishing expedition. That is, she has no supporting... Please don't glare at me like that. I'm just doing my job. Now then, Miss Hawthorne. The defendant's palm print was found on Mr. Swell's leather jacket. If it has already been shown that Mr. Wright did in fact push the victim. What? There's no need to try to cover for the defendant. It would be much better if you came out and told us the whole truth. There's nothing to worry about, young lady. Just tell us everything that you saw. Yes, Your Honor. I will. If you don't mind, I'd like to revise my testimony. Looks like we're finally getting somewhere. Actually, I didn't see the moment he pushed Dougie. Really? You didn't see it? Well, I saw the moment when Dougie fell to the ground. And at that time, there were only the two of them at the scene? The defendant, Phoenix Wright, and the victim, Doug Swallow? Yes, that's right. It didn't look like they were fighting, and I didn't hear anything unusual either. You've been following me here on Twitch for a little bit, but you never got a chance to catch one of my streams until now. And you love the Phoenix Wright games? Evie, you've come to the right stream. Welcome, you are welcome here anytime. But it's weird. Maybe I should go on my YouTube and say, everybody, follow me on my Twitch, and maybe I get more people if notice me. And maybe my Patreon as well, and then Twitch subs will go up, and then I make a lot more money, and then I will blow it all in Snapple, and then I get fat from Snapple. That's a good ending right there, isn't it? Didn't look like they were fighting, didn't hear unusual either. So then, what did it look like they were doing to you? I thought they were having a nice friendly afternoon conversation. Oh, give me a break. That's why I really wasn't watching them all that closely. Did you notice anything out of the ordinary at all? No, nothing at all, Mr. Judge. Oh, I like the sound of that, Mr. Judge. Now then, please proceed with your testimony. You notice that you tend to catch more Twitch streams as streamers post they're going to be streaming on Twitter. I mean, Evie, I do have a schedule down below, and I do post on my Twitter as well, so... I do post on Twitter when I go live, so it's like 8 o'clock. I'm live, so if that helps, I'm glad it helps. But let's see, she didn't hear anything unusual though. Let's see, nothing unusual either. But there was a loud sound when it happened. You sure about that? You say you didn't hear anything unusual, is that correct? But yeah, Evie, if you scroll down, if you're on your computer, scroll down, all the info is there. If you're on your phone, go to the info tab, all the info is there. I mean, I don't know how else I can spread that info though, unless I go on my YouTube and say, hey, I got Twitter. I love Twitter. I use it all the time. Yes, that's why I was very relaxed, looking at the scenery around me. Hair flick. That's nice, but I find that just a little odd. I have here the testimony of your boyfriend, Mr. Phoenix Wright, and he clearly testified to the effect that when he pushed the victim, he heard a sharp, loud noise. He said that? If you were really that close to the two of them, why didn't you hear this noise as well? Ooh, she's shocked. She shook. Well, maybe the noise just wasn't all that memorable. Really? But according to Mr. Wright's testimony, it was a sharp noise like a snap. You heard that sound effect. Mia made that noise. Mia was like... That was Mia making that noise. There's no way a noise like that could fail to make an impression. Ah! Whoa, Alex has to go? Alright, see ya, Alex. Thanks for coming. May I have a moment to answer? By all means. I know the reason why I didn't hear the noise. Hey, you be following me on Twitter. I'm just gonna confirm that real quick just to make sure I did. You did! Yay! Hooray! I think I need to have a bot. I think I need a bot telling everybody like, oh yeah, like my stream, I'm on Twitter, YouTube, Patreon, everything. I'm on everything. Follow me on everything. MySpace. MySpace.com/pixelsbynight. Nobody do that. I know the reason why I didn't hear the noise. You see, the truth is, I had my headphones on and I was listening to music at the time. Headphones? You mean that both of your ears were covered? The thing is, I love my profile icon because it's a sloth with headphones and a mic. So it's like, I understand everything. Social, make it happen. I mean, I do have these though. I think they still work. YouTube? And Twitter? No, not Twitter. Dang it. So I need to have hashtag like !social. You're right, CB. Thanks for that. I need to write that down somewhere. I need to put that in my court record. !social. There we go. It will be a list of everything that Pixel has. It will be like 5 paragraphs. This is everything. Sorry for holding the game off, everybody. I'm trying to read the chat and play the game at the same time. I'm sorry. The rain was just beginning to let up, but it seemed as though Door wasn't ready for his fun to come to an end yet. So the sky continued to flash and rumble. Thunder and lightning, huh? Thunder, rain and lightning. That's from a Sonic song. I remembered that. Yes, I'm afraid of the sound of thunder. Me too, I don't like that. So I put my headphones on to block it out. Well, Your Honor, as you can see, there weren't any contradictions in the testimony after all. Wait a sec, Mia. That testimony just now. Thunderbolt and lightning. Very, very frightening me. That's what CB wanted me to say. Let's see. She said something that could totally change this whole case. There was lightning. Your Honor, there was a problem with the witness's testimony. What do you mean? Didn't you notice? She said there was lightning, correct? Yes, what about it? Well, lightning is actually a large discharge of electricity in the atmosphere, am I right? Now's not the time for a science lesson, Miss Faye. Oh, the learning makes my brain hurting. Yes, Your Honor. Anyway, since the cause of death was electrocution, isn't it possible that the victim died from being hit by a bolt of lightning? Pikachu, what did you do? Pikachu! I must admit that the thought had not occurred to me. Wait, was he playing Minecraft? You get a better chance of getting hit by a bolt of lightning in Minecraft, or Zelda, or something else. No learning allowed in court. Thank you, Rodrigo. This entire case is built on a premise that Mr. Doug Swallow was murdered. But that very premise itself is mistaken. The defense believes that Mr. Swallow was in fact the victim of a stray bolt. Rough of the Dougie. Rough of the Doug. It appears the defense may be onto something. Could it be that the theft was actually accidental? Oh right, you did it, Mia. I'll be taking that not guilty now if you I'm hurt that you have such a low opinion of me, Miss Faye. Huh? I'm not a fool, you know. The prosecution has done its research, Your Honor. By the way, if any of you have any suggestions for the bot that can actually help out rather than silly things, I would appreciate that. You know, I take all comments, suggestions, concerns seriously. So if anybody says Snapple stinks, I will cry in court right now. Don't say that. We found that there were no lightning strikes on the day of that location. Nani? What's more, we have evidence that the electrical cable is definitely linked to this case. Evidence, Mr. Payne? Well, what is this evidence? This affidavit. My goodness, I haven't said that word since the Bellboys affidavit. There we go. And who is this from? The pharmacology students who were conducting experiments in their labs that day. Allow me to read out to the court the testimony of the pharmacology students. All equipment in the labs lost power all of a sudden at around 3 p.m. that day. Was it a blackout? All of the lab's equipment runs on high voltage, Your Honor. So you're saying the equipment lost power because... Precisely, they lost power because of the severed cable. The power outage occurred at approximately 3 o'clock, which fits the time of death listed in the autopsy report. Exactly. In other words, the victim died as a result of touching the cable. According to the students, the cables were very old. The school was very cheap in replacing them. Oh, they were planning on having them replaced in the near future. 5 years from now. Apparently, the cables have become so brittle that even the smallest bump would have caused them to break. Then why not change them now? What is wrong with this school? Like, okay, a bird could have touched it and... However, there's one thing that troubles me. If the cable could have been broken by any small bump, then it wouldn't have snapped if it hadn't been bumped into, correct? Bad school safety, irresponsible, bye Pixel Dog. It's a university, right? It's a bad school! Miss Faye, do you have any thoughts regarding the cause of the severed cable? Your Honor? I don't like how this is looking one bit. I have to come up with something to try to regain some momentum. Well, they certainly weren't lacking funding, that's for sure. If it pleases the court, the offense would like to state its opinion. Well then, let's hear it. Who or what was it that caused the cable to break? Can I say one thing for sure though? They're letting us off very easy. We're not losing any life. We can make any mistake, and we're not losing any life. The game is giving us that much pity. Who or what caused it to break? Let's see. By some sort of impact, the umbrella, not the umbrella indeed. But what could have broke it though? Who or what caused the cable to break? I feel like I was hoping you could make mistakes on purpose before. Really? Was there a lot of difference though? Rodrigo, was there a lot of difference on what could happen if I chose wrong things? I mean, besides the answers, I mean, not the evidence part, the answers. Let's see, who or what though? No, it's not that though. Some sort of impact. Not really, just for fun. This is it, this is why the cable snapped. Well, Your Honor, I believe that the only thing that has snapped is the mind of the defense. That was one of your best lines yet, Your Honor. That was harsh. Please, Your Honor, give me one more chance. Yeesh. I'm gonna try the crime photo and see what happens. Nope, my mind has gone blank again. Alright, give me one more chance, everybody. One more chance. What caused it to break? On top of the umbrella. It can't be that, can't be that. Umbrella. This is it. Nope, I'm an idiot again. Oh. Who or what? It could be who. Who caused it to break? Your Honor, Please think back to Mr. Wright's testimony. The defendant's testimony? He said that after he pushed the victim, he heard a loud, sharp noise. Now, this happened at around 3 p.m., correct? Yes, that sounds right. Wait, are you saying that the lab equipment lost power at 2:55, which fits right into Mr. Wright's timeline? In other words, it was Mr. Wright's shove that caused the power outage. Man, Phoenix is strong. Yes, the prosecution also came to that same conclusion. And it was that very shove that caused Mr. Swallow to be electrocuted. I'm afraid I can't agree with you there, Mr. Payne. Nani that's supposed to mean? Take a good look at where the victim landed after being shoved. See the umbrella? It's by the electrical pole. That's right, the victim banged into that pole as a result of being pushed. It was that impact that caused the cable to break. Well, that makes sense, and then the victim was electrocuted. Hair flick! I love that flick, it's so beautiful though. I'm sorry, Your Honor, but no, it doesn't make sense at all. If the victim was shoved into the far pole, then he couldn't have been electrocuted by the severed cable in the foreground here. In other words, someone other than my client must have electrocuted the victim. I could scream like pain right now, but I think my voice might give out any moment. Order in the court! Ah, the lamentations of my enemy. How I've longed to hear them. It's true, the defense is absolutely correct. There doesn't seem to be any way the defendant could... Mr. Judge, sir, may I say something? The Madame Attorney's explanation. He says some things that are a little different than I remember them. Nanida! Please, just once more. May I please testify one last time? Please, Mr. Judge? Everything for you, Missy! Of course it's alright. Just go right ahead and give them your new testimony. This is it. She's finally starting to show her true colors. Here we go, everybody. This is it. Until the next one. The truth is, Feeney pushed him twice. The first time was into the electrical pole. That's when the cable broke. Then Dougie tried his best to run away from him. But Feeney caught up and crashed into him from behind. The cable snapping and Dougie being electrocuted. It all occurred in less than a minute. Wow, she's throwing him under the bus this time. So after being shoved, the victim got up and tried to run away. And that is when the defendant pushed him for the second time. I'm so sorry, Feeney, but I just have to tell the truth. Am I doing the right thing? Am I, Mr. Judge? Of course you are, my dear. As painful as it may seem, you are. Now then, Miss Faye, you may proceed with your cross-examination. Alright, let's go find the truth this time. We're gonna find it and do it right. Hey, Matt, welcome to the stream. What's going on with you? When you finally get home from college classes? Right now? Wow. Ms. Hawthorne, previously in your testimony, you said the following. Actually, I didn't see the moment he pushed Dougie. I know. I'm sorry. I wanted to protect Feeney. So that's why you basically lied to the court? I was a bad girl, I know. Mr. Judge? Yes? Would you please forgive little old me? Of course he won't. What you did is called perjury. Oh, come now. It's just a little old white lie. We'll forget it this time, but please be more careful from now on, alright? Oh, thank you so much. How did this judge not lose his license? He should have lost his license right now. Not at all. The judge had better be more careful himself. A dark alley is friendlier than that, girl. Mia's gonna kick the judge in a dark alley. The first time was into the pole, that's when the cable broke. You're saying you actually saw the victim get pushed into the pole? I know he doesn't look it, but Phoenix can be a bit of an imp. Phoenix the imp? Now that I gotta see. Oh, really? But I never imagined that he would cause an electrical cable to break. Phoenix really is scary when he gets mad. Yes, he sounds like a very dangerous individual indeed. And then you see Phoenix years later like, no, he's not. Phoenix is like the least dangerous man in the world. Then Dougie tried his best to run away from him. The judge controls the court. He is the justice system itself. So, let me get this straight. You were happily listening to music on your headphones while you watched the scene unfold? Miss Faye, I'll have to ask you to stop badgering the witness. I wasn't happy. I was so scared that I couldn't even move. Oh, Stevie, you gotta go? Thanks for coming. Sleep well. All I could do was stand there and cheer them on. Cheer them on? What do you mean by that? Well, I wish the best for them both and that they would give the fight their all. That's very sweet of you to be so supportive. Phoenix, kill him! Dougie, don't die! One of you die. Both of you die. Actually, everybody die right now. And what happened after that? But Phoenix caught up and crashed into him from behind. That doesn't sound quite right. There were handprints found on the chest of the victim's jacket. Mr. Payne, were there also prints found on the back of the jacket? Well, no, there weren't. But damn Faye, may I suggest that you listen a little more carefully? I said that he crashed into him from behind, right? My Phoenix wouldn't leave any prints behind in that case, would he? The cable snapping and Dougie being electrocuted all occurred in less than a minute. A minute? Did you actually witness the moment the victim was electrocuted? I'm sorry, I didn't actually see it. I turned my eyes away. That's understandable. Yes, indeed, it would have been a horrific sight for anyone to behold. If I don't figure out the contradiction here, it's all over. You didn't have much time to come up with a lie, so this is my best chance. There must be a hole in the testimony somewhere. Think, Mia, think! I'm gonna say it was the last part right there. It all occurred in a minute. I doubt that, though. Let's see. It broke at 2:55. Well, he died at 3. I'm gonna try the testimony. There we go. That's enough, witness. I'm afraid I don't understand. You will in a minute. Could you please take a look at this picture? Oh, that medicine. That's the one Feeny likes to take for his cold. It's not the medicine I want you to look at. It's the wristwatch. It stopped at the precise time the victim was electrocuted. In other words, 3:05 p.m. Yes, and your point is, Miss Faye? My point is this. What time was it when the lab suffered that power outage due to the cable snapping? Well, according to the student's testimony, the answer is clear. It was 2:55. Ah! Would you care to explain to the court, Miss Dahlia Hawthorne, what exactly happened during this 10-minute interval? The defense proposes that it was during this interval that the real murderer killed Mr. Doug Swallow. Ooh, the music is playing now. This is good. This is nonsense. The real murderer? Even you can't deny that the time between the cable breaking and the electrocution are completely unaccounted for. Then who was it? Who else are you saying could have done it? There's only one person who could have murdered Mr. Swallow. Only after my client had left the scene. Was there a window of opportunity for the real killer? Miss Faye, is the defense ready to indict someone as this real killer? It's finally time. This is the moment I've been waiting for. Yes, Your Honor. We're ready. Very well. But remember, if you accuse the wrong person, you will be penalized. Think very carefully before you speak, Miss Faye. Oh, now we're getting penalized? Now we are? I wonder, out of all these 5 people, who could the real killer be? Wait, the killer was misusing drugs. Never take drugs, everybody. Of course we know who it is. It could only have been you, Dahlia Hawthorne. How can you? The defense is grasping at straws. 10 minutes passed between the time the cable broke and the time of the electrocution. What exactly were you doing that whole time, Miss Hawthorne? Were you really listening to some music while cheering them both on as they fought? I find it hard to believe that you didn't lift a finger to stop the men dearest to you. They know the drugs. Order, Miss Faye. What, I mean, why? That is to say, Miss Hawthorne, I believe you did witness the two men fighting on that day. However, after Mr. Wright pushed the victim and subsequently left the scene, it was you who pushed Mr. Swallow to his death by your very own hands. How can you say something so mean, Madame Faye? Butterflies, get her! I didn't do anything. Miss Faye, this is a very serious charge. Wait, whoa, he had the same voice for 5 years? Your Honor, please, I have something to say. You! What is it? Please strike everything the defense said just now from the record. What the? Are you daft? You're totally wrong, Miss Faye. Dolly, she couldn't do something like that. Uh-oh. Mr. Wright, get back in your seat. Bailiff, grab that man. Ah! Leave my Dolly alone. I'll get you all sick. That boy. He's gotten himself in way over his head. Oh. What's been going on with me, Matt? You know, some changes here and there. Got a new overlay. Got myself a haircut. I'm all good. I hope you're doing all right, Matt. How's everything been going since the last time we chatted? And Mr. Grossberg's back. It seems I've arrived in the nick of time. I found the police report on that incident in your newspaper clipping. Yay! 8 months ago. Thank you so much. Let's read it, everybody. This is the police report stream right now. Location, the cafeteria. August 27th. Today, this happened 5 hours ago. 5.5 hours ago. You got your job interview? Yeah, boy. This is so weird how this happened on the same day I'm streaming right now. My mind is still blown. Victim is Diego Armando, a lawyer. Suspect, Dahlia. Armando ingested poison while interviewing the suspect for another case. Traces of poison were found in the victim's coffee cup. No poison was found in the vicinity or on the suspect's person. It is unclear how the poison entered the cup. Dahlia was a suspect in a killer case? Hey, Matt's gonna start working next week. He's gonna make that case. Freeze, where were you on the night of 5 hours ago? Here streaming. Arrest me. You better take a good look at it. It details how you came to lose your boyfriend. Boyfriend? Boyfriend? Now the defense has made a very serious accusation. Mr. Payne, what do you have to say about this? Well, really, Your Honor, may I interrupt you for just a moment, Mr. Prosecutor? Ah, don't you worry, my dear. I have this situation well in hand. Go right ahead. Madame Faye, are you seriously accusing me of killing my sweet Dougie? Yes, I am. Not only am I saying you murdered Doug Swallow, but you also try to pin the whole thing on your current lover, Phoenix Wright. I told you that you should let me handle this. Sorry, please go ahead. How can you say that? I'm absolutely devoted to my dear Feeny. The notion that I would try to frame it is ludicrous. This is all just too much for poor little me to bear. I believe the girl is trying to ask what on earth her motive would be. The answer to that lies somewhere in this police report. It must. Time for the breakup. 8 months ago, an incident occurred in the basement cafeteria of this building. And then, that same day, the two of them accidentally meet. Your Honor, the defense requests further testimony from Miss Dahlia Hawthorne. For the testimony, what about? About the events of the day when she first met the defendant, Mr. Phoenix Wright. What could that possibly have to do with this case? The witness claims that she has no reason to frame the defendant, am I correct? Well, I have evidence that suggests that she, in fact, had a very good reason. Very well then. The court grants the defense's request. Young lady, would you mind staying on just for a bit longer? Of course not, Mr. Judge. Get ready for the battle of your life, Dahlia Hawthorne. Your butterflies will be destroyed. How she met her fate, eh? Oh, the music's getting more intense. I first met my darling Feeny 8 months ago. It's like we were destined to meet in this very courthouse's basement reading room. When I get married to somebody, I would like to say, we met at the courthouse's basement reading room. The moment our eyes met, my heart skipped a beat. We've been going out ever since that fateful day. We're so lovey-wovey we can literally make people sick. It's just jealousy, I think. Ew. Makes me sick. Mr. Wright, do that again and you'll be held in contempt of court. And now we enter the final act of our little drama. As we used to say in the days of my youth, go get her. Go get her. Get her now. Let's meet the Feeny. How I Met Your Mother. The sequel, How I Met My Feeny. So until that time, you have been dating Doug Swallow. Yes, I'm a real fool, I know. Letting my emotions change so quickly, I'm ashamed of myself. No, not at all. Look at me, I'm infamous for changing my mind. My critics have even taken to calling me Judge Fickle. Ho ho! Maybe you should look for a different line of work. Despite that, however, he always hands down the correct verdict. Because Phoenix Wright does it. So that's why some people also call him the Great Judgini. The what? It's like we were destined to meet in this very courthouse's basement reading room. The courthouse reading room? That's a strange place to meet the love of your life. That's not true, Madame Faye. After all, Feeny was not only an art student, but he was also planning on becoming a lawyer. I'm not talking about him, I'm talking about you, Miss Hawthorne. What was a literature student like you doing in a courthouse reading room? This line of questioning is a waste of time. It has nothing to do with our murder case. Miss Faye, I'm warning you. If this has nothing to do with Mr. Swallow's case, I have to remember the judge is on Dahlia's side. I better tread carefully. I'm gonna press. Your Honor, if you'll allow me to some latitude, I think I can establish relevance. Please ask her to continue on with her testimony. Very well, young lady, I've got a simple question for you. What were you doing downstairs in the courthouse reading room? If it pleases your honor, the answer is simply this. I had to come to this courthouse to do some research for a paper I was writing. You were writing a paper on what? On the relationship between modern sensual poetry and the criminal underworld. Oh, that sounds like a fascinating research idea. No, it doesn't. Am I getting old? I've even forgotten what I've forgotten. Again with the midlife crisis stuff? Dude, why did that girl really come to this courthouse? Isn't that what you wanted to know? And speaking of forgetting things, you haven't forgotten the police report, have you? I went through a lot of trouble to get him, my dear, so be sure to read it carefully. I'm gonna try presenting that. He's Judge Fickle eating a pickle and making something out of nickel. Ew. There we go. Miss Hawthorne, you weren't here because of your research paper, were you? Didn't you actually come here for a much more important reason? What is the meaning of that cocky smile on your face, Miss Faye? 8 months ago, right here in this very courthouse, there was another tragedy. Another tragedy? The judge is your religion? Do you mean the incident in which an attorney was poisoned? Uh-oh. The name of the suspect in that incident is listed here in this report. And that name is Dahlia Hawthorne. What? Nani? Dahlia Hawthorne? Yes, the sweetie pie of everyone's eye. Miss Dahlia Hawthorne. She was the prime suspect in a criminal case just 8 months ago. Order! This is unbelievable. It's true then, the loveliest rose can hide the cruelest thorns. Miss Faye, that's not fair. Bro, how can it not notice? Bro, indeed. Alright, Winston Payne. Will not allow it. Mr. Prosecutor, I believe I was speaking. Pardon me. Go right ahead. It's true that about 8 months ago, the police expressed some interest in me. Expressed some interest, huh? Mr. Judge, sir, I know I'm under oath, so I'll tell you the absolute truth. I did not commit the crime that occurred during that incident 8 months ago. I see. Okay, I've tied the 2 crimes together. Now I've just got to stay on the offensive. Well done, Mia. Oh, you've really lit a fire in my heart and my buttocks! I can hardly tell which is more inflamed, my spirit or my hemorrhoids! Yeah! A poisoning! I met the lawyer who was poisoned to discuss something in the cafeteria that day. I left my seat for just a moment, and that's when it happened. From what I've heard, it was a liquid poison that is lethal at just 2 teaspoons. Not only that, I heard it was a very special kind of poison. So you see, I'm innocent. I wouldn't even know where to get a poison like that. 2 teaspoons? So that's what happened here 8 months ago. However, after you heard from the witness's testimony, she had nothing to do with it. I think the defense is just about out of tricks. I'm terribly sorry, Mr. Payne, but I'm afraid the defense has many more tricks up its sleeves today, and I'll be sure to show them to you before the end of this cross-examination. What the? Why does the defense suddenly feel stronger? Ah, Mia, you're glowing with a true lawyer's aura, dear. That proud posture and self-confidence, absolutely smashing. We're gonna smash those butterflies. Here we go, let's do it. I met the lawyer who was poisoned to discuss something in the cafeteria that day. What were you talking about with the defense attorney? Well, I am sorry, but that's confidential. According to the report, you were being interviewed regarding another case. The lawyer that was killed, he said he wanted to talk about an incident I was caught up in when I was younger. Why don't you tell us all about that incident? That has absolutely nothing at all to do with this case. Objection sustained. The defense's question is stricken from the record. You get involved in a lot of incidents, don't you, Miss Hawthorne? Well, I guess I was just born under a bad sign. Don't worry, Dolly, I'll protect ya. You heard the man. Now that is true love, young lady. Oh, Feeny, please. Ugh. These two really are making me ill. A bit for decidedly different reasons. I left my seat for just a moment, and that's when it happened. How long were you gone? I've already answered all those questions for the police. But if you must know, maybe 10 or 20 minutes. And where were you during that stretch of time? Using the toilet? My friend, so how's the weather? Objection! Hold it! What are you saying, Miss Faye? Toilet? My perfect little dolly doesn't poop? You heard the defendant, Miss Faye. Better look next time. What? My little dolly doesn't poop! She no poopy! Goodness. How can Phoenix say a line like that? He just posted Kring. He's going to lose subscribe. From what I've heard, it was a liquid poison that is lethal at just 2 teaspoons. About how much liquid is 2 teaspoons? Well, let me see. My bottle of eye drops say it's 1/2 fluid ounce, which is equal to 2 teaspoons. So it's about 2/3 of that amount, huh? The poison was found in the lawyer's mug of coffee. It must have been after I left the table. Someone must have quietly slipped it in there. Ah, a very special kind of poison. Ah, how so? Well, I heard that it's almost impossible to detect. Oh, and where would something like that come from? I'm sorry, all I know is that what I've overheard the policeman saying. They said something about using advanced chemical processes to purify it. Chemical processes? Well, that's quite... How much liquid is 2 teaspoons? 2 teaspoons? The better question is, how did the criminal get something like that? So you see, I'm innocent. I wouldn't even know where to get a poison like that. And that's the reason they didn't arrest you? Because no one could show you how you could have gotten the poison? I think that's a good enough reason, Madame Faye. He's right, and I think we've all had enough of Miss Faye's questions. So in essence, the main reason Miss Hawthorne was never arrested for this crime was because no one could show how she could have obtained the poison. Then all we have to do is find a way to establish how she could have gotten some, right? Wait a minute. Wait a minute. She gave Phoenix the bottle after meeting him in the reading room and just fell in love with him? And she kept asking for it back. You mean Phoenix was wearing a poison necklace this whole time? No. Oh, come on, that didn't work? I thought that was it. Huh. You wouldn't even know where to get a poison like that, though. Wait, she wouldn't know where to get it, though. Doug Swallowtail. You wouldn't know how to get that kind of poison? I don't believe you. What? In fact, you had easy access to that kind of poison, didn't you? At your boyfriend's lab. Boyfriend? You mean the victim Doug Swallow? That's right, up until 8 months ago, Miss Hawthorne was dating Mr. Swallow. And if you'll recall, Mr. Swallow was a pharmacology student at IVU. Pharmacology? Scientology? His laboratory contained highly advanced chemistry equipment. In fact, without such equipment, the corporate could never have obtained such a rare and special poison. Well, Miss Hawthorne, it seems you had access to such a poison after all. And then it was a matter of slipping it into the victim's coffee when he wasn't looking. The only person who could have done that was the one sitting at his very table. You! Can't really scream no. Order! Could it be? That's nothing but a basis May I say something, Madame Faye? What is it, Miss Hawthorne? The amount of poison in the coffee was 2 teaspoons, correct? In order to carry that much liquid, you would need some kind of container. Well, yes, that's true. I was searched immediately after the incident took place. Quite true. In fact, the entire courthouse was turned upside down. But they didn't find a suspicious container anywhere, did they? He's right. They even mentioned that in a report. Well, you could have easily gotten rid of something that small. Excuse me, madame, but this is a court of law? If you're saying that I threw the poison container away, I think you need to show some kind of proof. Proof? You got me good with that. Provide some evidence. I mean, I think I already know what it is, though. The police conducted a full body search of Dahlia and the entire courthouse. And yet the container holding the poison disappeared right after the crime occurred. If you're going to accuse the young lady of committing the murder, then where is the container the poison was carried in? What happened to it? It was given to Phoenix. I found out what happened. I bit my tongue. You were forced to get rid of the container in a hurry, weren't you? And that's why you passed it on to someone that had nothing to do with the case. Someone that you knew wouldn't be searched. Who is this person? Mr. Phoenix Wright, of course. The defendant was his witness's accomplice? Of course not. He gave the poison to him, disguised as a present. Nani, but that... that's a charming little necklace. Is this a little bottle? It's really quite cute. So what about it? What does it mean, Miss Faye? The day that the witness met and fell for Mr. Phoenix Wright was 8 months ago, August 27th. The very same day as today. Under the pretense of love, the witness gave my client a present. All for the purpose of hiding the one piece of evidence that will give her away. Nani, are you saying there's a deadly poison in here? No, there's no longer any poison in that bottle. However, I'm certain if the crime lab were to analyze it, they will find a trace amount. Order! On behalf of Dolly, I object. Mr. Wright, control yourself. I won't let you bully her like this. Mr. Wright, I thought I told you to stay in your seat. Mr. Wright, why? Why are you going through so much trouble to protect her? Why? Because I'm madly in love with her. Okay. Madly in love. I haven't heard anyone say that in a long time. Mr. Wright, have you ever thought about this? Why exactly would a woman like Dahlia Hawthorne want to date you anyway? He's way out of your league, boyfriend. Mr. Wright, please open your eyes. At this point in the trial, I think it should be obvious to everyone. The real reason that Dahlia Hawthorne is dating you is... she's madly in love with you. Naturally, it's because she has fallen madly in love with you too. See, just like I told you. But Mia, are you thinking clearly? That flies in the face of everything we've learned up to this point. I'm sorry, I don't know why I even said that. I guess it's because I just like the sound of that phrase, madly in love. Miss Faye, you can't remain a starry-eyed maiden for the rest of your life, you know. Please let me think it over one more time, Your Honor. The real reason is... Dahlia Hawthorne was not is not madly in love with you. Ooh, Phoenix is getting rejected by everyone. Yup. The only thing she's after is that bottle necklace you love to wear around your neck. My necklace? Back there in the waiting room, you said it yourself. Yeah, but she's so shy. Every time I see her, she always says the same thing to me. Please give it back now. What a strange girl asking for a present back like that. For Dahlia Hawthorne, that necklace is irrefutable evidence of her crime. That's why she absolutely had to get it back. You're lying. But you never gave it back to her. And to make things worse for her, you insisted on showing it to everyone you met. That's why she... So is Phoenix ill or something? He's sick, boy. He's been taking medicine called Cold Killer X. It's very deadly medicine that you can just buy from the store. I don't believe you. No, that's a lie! Mia, are you alright? Help the defendant! He's getting away! Bailiff, hurry! After him! Mia, are you alright? Yes, I think so. That boy, he went completely insane. Where's Mr. Wright? It looks like the bailiff caught him, so he should be back soon enough. Thank goodness. Oh no! What is it? The bottle necklace! Miss Hawthorne's present! It's gone! What? That's terrible! Mr. Wright must have grabbed it when he slammed into me. Foolish boy! That's the only thing that could have saved him. What in blazes are we supposed to do now? Yeesh. Just straight on tackled her. Mr. Wright, this sort of behavior is unprecedented in the history of this court. I'm sorry. I'm afraid that your apology is not enough. Mr. Wright, what did you do with the bottle necklace? Forgive me. I'm sorry. It's okay, just give back the necklace. I ate it. What? You what? You ate it? It was too big to swallow, so I had to chew it into little bits. How could you do it? Isn't it glass? Are your gums bleeding, boy? Your mouth must be bleeding right now. What the? What? What is he doing now? Yes, Matt. This is years before. This is like in the past. We're looking back at her past. Your Honor, you gotta stop the trial. Mr. Wright, are you feeling okay? Does your stomach hurt? That bottle you swallowed may have had some poison left in it. It seems the defendant has proven the prosecution's case for us. Clearly that bottle did not contain a deadly poison. How can you be so sure? I think that's obvious. As you can see, the defendant is still very much alive. As for the poison, more like a fledgling defense attorney's overactive imagination. So it would seem. No, there must be some mistake. The bottle must not have any poison in it. Left in it. Either that or the poison must have lost its potency. There, it's alright, rookie. Trusting your client is the most noble thing a defense attorney can do. And it's heartwarming to see that you place this much faith in Mr. Wright. But that's how it is for us on the prosecution side too. For example, I would trust a witness, Miss Hawthorne, with my very life. Which is why I can state that your assessment of her is completely wrong. That's enough. Unfortunately, Miss Faye, I cannot accept your explanation of the events. But why? This may be impossible for a beginner like you to understand, but in the court of law, evidence is everything. Even after I proved so much, is she going to get away with everything? Well, now that the suspicion surrounding Miss Hawthorne has been cleared up, I would like to proceed with the trial. Mr. Wright! I'm sorry, Miss Faye. It totally slipped my mind. I'm really, really sorry. I knew you believed in me, and I feel like I really let you down. Mr. Wright, what are you trying to say? There's something I forgot to tell you. What is it? That day I met Doug Swallow. That girl, you shouldn't see her anymore. Hey, it's none of your business. I'm telling you for your sake, if you continue to see her, it's going to be bad news. You're lying. Just listen to me. There's something you need to know about that girl. Last night, someone stole some poison from my lab. Wait, what? Poison? Coincidental dialogue? The same thing happened 8 months ago. A drug sample was stolen. She came to the lab that time too. It could only have been her. That girl is a thief. Stop it! Don't talk about it like that! Don't talk about her like that! Is it true? Did he really say that? That's ridiculous! There's one more thing. After I pushed him that day, I got worried and came back to have a look. And she was there! Dolly was right there! She was crouched down next to him. What? She told me not to ever tell anyone about it, but I'm sorry, Dolly. Your Honor, the defendant is Miss Faye. You tell them. Dolly didn't do it. She's innocent. So Dolly stole poison 8 months ago too, huh? If you put that together with Mr. Wright's testimony, then there's only one possible conclusion. The defense believes that Miss Dolly Hawthorne stole some poison on the night before she killed Doug Swallow. The night before? Naturally, her motive for stealing it was to kill someone. Miss Faye? If you're so certain of your theory, then let me ask you this. Mia, this is your last chance. Think carefully now. There's something that she desperately wanted to get back, therefore. Exactly who was Miss Dolly Hawthorne planning to kill? No way. If it wasn't Doug, there was one person that was standing squarely in her way, and that person was Mr. Phoenix Wright. That's preposterous! After all, it was Doug Swallow that was murdered. Well, it's true that that's how things worked out, but let's remember that Mr. Swallow died of electrocution, not poison. The person that Ms. Hawthorne was planning to poison was in fact you, Phoenix Wright. There's no one else that it could be. Oh, to get back the necklace, it makes sense. But how can that be? I thought Mr. Wright and Ms. Hawthorne were in love. He wanted to get the necklace back in any way possible. Hang in there, I'll bring her to justice, I swear it. As I said before, the only thing Miss Hawthorne truly cared about was the one piece of evidence linking her to that incident 8 months ago. That's right, the bottle necklace. That's all she cared about. But even so, why? Why would she go so far as to murder him? 8 months ago, just after the fall of that attorney in the basement cafeteria. Talia Hawthorne could think of only one thing: how to get rid of the bottle necklace as quickly as possible. No, it can't be. It was a pretty good move she made too. The evidence was missing for a long time. Don't all couples attempt to kill each other? I thought this was normal, and that's why I stayed single. But there was one big problem. Although she got him to hide the evidence, Mr. Wright refused to return it to her. To him, the tiny little bottle was a cherished treasure. He even showed it to everyone he met. You mean that's why she tried to kill Mr. Wright? Correct, Your Honor. It was to retrieve that piece of evidence. That can't be true! You heard that crack, right? That crack in my voice. Beanie, what a joke you are! Oh, hairful lick? Honestly, how can any woman ever count on you for anything? I even told you time and time again to keep your trap shut about me and that necklace. You disgust me. Woo! Miss Hawthorne? It appears that we're nearing the end of this trial. Fine, I can tell you plan on making me into a criminal no matter what I say. But seeing Phoenix and Pink disgust you? Oof. You are a criminal, Miss Hawthorne. We'll see about that. But first, where's your evidence? It seems your sniveling little crybaby of a client has eaten the bottle as a snack. Well, hey, old man, are you senile or something? Why don't you say something instead of sitting there with that dumb look on your face? Miss Hawthorne, what's happened to you? Are you really that shocked? Or do you prefer me? This way, Mr. Judge. He looks weird without his iconic blue suit. And I look weird without my iconic sloth exoskeleton. With absolutely no proof, you treat a voluntary witness like she's a mass murderer. Well, I have nothing more to say. I'll be heading home now if you don't mind. But we're not finished. Fine. Oh, she looks creepy this way. Then ask this nasty old hag to finish up already. Yeesh! I can't let her get away this time. Stop, Mia. If you keep on pushing without any evidence, you can pay the ultimate price as a lawyer. The ultimate price? You'll be forced to take off your attorney's badge forever, I'm afraid. No. You'd better think it over carefully, Miss Faye. Or should I say, Miss Gray? Yeesh! Well, Miss Faye, can you provide evidence that would establish her guilt once and for all? If I mess up here, my career as a lawyer is over. Just gonna save just in case. But to be honest, at this point, I don't have any evidence that's well-founded. Even so, I'd rather lose my attorney's badge than let her get away with murder. Your Honor, the defense would like to present proof. Impossible, you can't possibly. Hair. Stupid woman. It is the opinion of the court that there has already been enough discussion. Therefore, I will allow only one piece of evidence to be presented. Just one? If you're unable to establish her guilt, then I'm afraid that a very harsh verdict will immediately be handed down on Mr. Wright. I understand, Your Honor. I can just imagine the headlines for tomorrow's newspaper. Up-and-coming lawyer plummets to earth before she gets the chance to soar. She was planning to poison Mr. Wright. If that's the case, then the poison was probably in there. Please present your evidence. Show to this court irrefutable proof that Miss Hawthorne was planning to poison Mr. Wright. Oh. Is that the reason why the bottle was in Doug's hands? Here it is, Your Honor, the evidence that will prove her guilt once and for all. Cold Killer X. Phoenix Wright's beloved cold medicine. I mean, Matt, you're right about that she could be held in contempt of court. Contempt of court for being a complete jerk, but everybody's been a jerk. She's a sneaky one. Dahlia. She's a mean one with a heart of coal. Does our rookie defense attorney have a bit of a cold? If I did, I still wouldn't take this cold medicine. After all, it's been poisoned. Nani? Remember what the defendant said in his testimony. But I lost my bottle of it around lunchtime on the day of the accident. I always eat with Dolly, just the two of us. He was the one who took his bottle of Cold Killer X. Then she poisoned it, knowing that Mr. Wright was gonna take some. Now you're really grasping at straws. After all, it was the victim, Doug Swallow, that was holding the medicine. I would like the court to recall the crime that happened here 8 months ago. Where did Miss Hawthorne hide the evidence? Oh, what are you talking about? 8 months ago, the poison was hidden in the bottle necklace, which she then gave to someone else for safekeeping. Someone she had accidentally run into the reading room. My client, Mr. Phoenix Wright. Yes, that's right. She did the same thing this time as well. After shoving the victim, Mr. Phoenix Wright left the scene of the crime. That is when the murderer, Dahlia Hawthorne, appeared. With her, she was carrying the poison bottle of Cold Killer X. This, of course, was so she could carry out her plan to murder Mr. Wright. I believe she did testify that she was going to meet with the defendant. Yes, and she heard and saw everything that happened at the scene of the crime, including what the defendant and victim were arguing about, and the cut cable. That's when she realized, I can't allow Doug to live. She used the severed cable to silence him forever. Yeesh! Unfortunately for her, this is when the problem occurred. Mr. Wright, who she thought had left the scene, came back to check on the victim. And on top of that, because of the power outage, some students showed up as well. It's hardly any wonder that she was, as she put it, in a state of panic. Recall that she was carrying that bottle of poison cold medicine. She must have thought, what if they searched me like they did 8 months ago? 8 months ago? Yes, she disposed of the evidence exactly the same way as she did back then. She had someone else hold it, in this case Doug Swallow. Woo! We got this far, we got it through! Nice job, Mia! Everybody's quiet though. Hair flick. Oh, come on now, everyone. Surely you aren't fooled, are you? This stupid woman, she's nothing but a filthy, stinking liar. Right, Mr. Prosecutor? Huh? Yes, that's exactly right. It's just pure desperation. I wonder which one of us is the desperate one. So, Miss Hawthorne, this cold medicine, I wonder if you wouldn't mind taking some. Well, Mr. Wright ate that necklace of yours, right? Now it's your turn to prove you're innocent. What do you say? Eat the bottle. If I'm just a filthy, stinking liar, then there's no need to worry. So come on, show us. I dare you to take some of this medicine right now. Mia Fey! Mia Fey! Oh! Do you think you've won? Well, do you, Mia Fey? That's just fine. For the time being, victory is yours. Pure evil? Yeah, you're right, Rodrigo. That's pure evil. For the time being. Well, I have a very long memory, you know. You and I will meet again. I'm certain of it. She's a filthy, stinking liar is never something that a guilty person would say. I say it all the time, and guess what? I'm guilty 100% of the time. Well then, Mr. Judge, I'll see you later too, okay? Huh? Yes. I'm gonna go spend a little quality time with the men in blue now. I wish you all the best. Bye. I wanna go home. Whew. It's finally all over. I refuse to accept this. The defense hasn't shown a scrap of evidence to support their outrageous claim. But even so, your witness seems to have accepted it. I don't care. I'm Winston Payne. And I don't believe one word that this rookie lawyer has said. Well then, Mr. Payne, let me ask you this. Yes? Would you care to try this cold medicine? What? Just a little earlier, I could have sworn you said. There. It's alright, rookie. For example, I would trust a witness Miss Hawthorne with my very life. Matt, I know about the pun. Funny pun! If she's so untrustworthy, then I'm sure there couldn't possibly be any poison in here, right? You see, yeah. And here comes the back pedal. Come on now, rookie killer. Show this rookie how it's done. How much trust do you really have for this woman? Are you willing to bet your life? What's going on now? No! His hair's flying away. He's really losing his hair. Were we so powerful we ripped his hair away? Is that canon? That's how he lost his hair? His hair? Oh my goodness! He aged all of a sudden. Tragic, but not surprising. And nobody cares about his hair loss. I knew there was something suspicious about her from the very beginning. Don't lie, just admit you were wrong. By the way, Miss Faye? Yes, Your Honor? Was it just me, or did you and Miss Dolly Hawthorne seem to know each other? Your Honor, whether we did or not has no bearing on this case. Very well. Mr. Payne, this can't be happening. It's a nightmare. It's like losing to my daughter. It appears Mr. Payne has lost his spirit along with his hair. Does the defendant have anything further to say? It can't be true. My dear Dolly! Oh. Well, very well then. I believe I'm ready to pass judgment and bring this trial to an end. The court finds the defendant, Phoenix Wright, not guilty! Confetti for everyone! Giant pieces of confetti to get trapped in your teeth. Can we get an F for Payne's hair? Just give me a big ol' F for Payne's hair getting ripped off by our crazy strong wind. That was some strong hair ripping wind. Mia, you were wonderful in there. Thank you for everything, Mr. Grossberg. Ooh, I like the new music. Aw, it's so nice. During the verdict, I thought my hemorrhoids were going to explode like Mount Vesuvius. Oh, let's see. So it says you have an AMAS tag on Twitch, so here's your question. Ever do a slaw playthrough on Weapon? I never played Skyrim. Shocker, I know. Basically an AMA just means if you want to ask me questions, I'll answer questions. Grossberg, can you stop talking about them, maybe? That's rather rude. I love talking about my butt pain. Anyway, this case made me think. What does it really mean to have a relationship of mutual trust with a client? Perhaps it is we veteran lawyers who have lost sight of this. Oh, Mr. Wright. Congratulations. Thanks. You know, I was thinking. Go on. The dolly that I saw up there on the witness stand, I don't think that was really her. Okay, what is the meaning of Snapple? Peach tea is the drink of life. Yeah, the dolly I know could have never said those kinds of terrible things. Maybe she was like, I don't know, a fake or something? Boy, this poor kid still hasn't got a clue. You need to forget about her, Mr. Wright, for your own sake. Yeah, you're right. That's probably for the best. Also, you need to relax a bit more and try to grow up a little. But out of all my friends, everyone sees I'm the most grown up. Ugh, what kind of company does this guy keep? Right now, I'm studying to become a lawyer myself. That's what you keep saying. But I thought you were in the art department. Well, yeah, I am. But there's a friend that I desperately want to help. Oh, is that Larry Butts? And if I hurry, then I should be able to save him in time. I see. Same as Faye. A lawyer is someone who can help people when they're in trouble, right? Mr. Wright, I'm still new at this myself, but I think that's exactly what a lawyer is. Okay, I'm gonna do it. I'll study my butt off and get hemorrhoids. I'll become a lawyer for sure. I hope. I hope we see each other again someday. Maybe even in court. So Mia inspired Phoenix to become a lawyer. I know, it's so sweet. It's been 5 years since I was acquitted of all charges. I became a lawyer like I planned and managed to save my friend. But Mia has passed on to a better place. For me, this trial brings up a lot of painful memories. But it also brings up some very precious ones. And memories that I thought would never rise to the surface again. Mia's gone now. But even so, I can hear her in my mind. Phoenix, no matter what, always believe in your client. In a court of law, your greatest weapon is your belief. 5 long years. Something has happened that's made me think back to her words of wisdom. Hey Phoenix, welcome to the stream. And I know Mia, right? It was so great playing as her, but seeing her, it's like, why did they have to kill her off so early? I love her. I love Mia. She's so great. But that is a story for another day. Episode 1 is over. We got that all on one stream, everybody. Next episode, the Stolen Turnabout. We will continue this next time. Probably next week. But yes, thank you everyone for coming to the stream tonight. I hope you all had a good time. Thanks to everybody who's been watching, chatting, and participating. You know what? I appreciate it all. So until next stream, I'll be streaming on Thursday, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Until the next stream, everybody, I hope you all have a good night and whatnot. Follow me on all my social medias at Pixels by Night. Do what you like. Just have a good time. Thanks for coming, everybody. Adios.